Hey, lovelies. Just got back from group and a walk, so the hair's a little crazy, but I wanted to talk to you about the video that I made yesterday. So, a lot of people would be like, why the hell would you even put that out there? The thing is, I think, first of all, I agree to share my healing journey with you, and it's obviously not always going to be pretty, and I'm not always going to be able to focus on the beautiful things. That's not one, real life. It's not always beautiful and pretty. Um, and yes, I'm a silver lining person, but the fact that in my chaos I could press record and like process um, was amazing for me. And if you're not the person that that video is for, that's fine. I wasn't sharing it to bring anybody down. That's not my style. However, we do need to look at the reality of our lives. And some days the things that we learn about ourselves are not things that we are necessarily proud of or love or want to share. But you needed to know you weren't alone. Um, Anxiety, depression, emotional breakthroughs, all of that was very, like, you can learn something from the video I made yesterday about it. The more important thing about that video, though, is after I made it, I watched it and I said, okay, I need to listen to myself. I'm accepting that this is the situation that I am. I learned this, this, and this about myself today. And I don't necessarily like all of those things, but I can admit that they're real. And then I asked myself, what can I do right now to go back to the girl who 2 nights ago was dancing around the fire, smiling and so full of love and life? Like, how do I get that air back into my lungs? Because if I keep sitting on this couch, the overwhelm is going to crush me. And that's not the point of the overwhelm. The point was to be like, hey, there's this or this, and you need to fix it. I'm having fun with these today. But that was the point. So I got up and I walked in my kitchen and I did the dish, the one dish. I started with the one dish so it wasn't on the other side of the sink. And like I said, the water was running. And so I was able to do all of the dishes. I was keeping myself busy. I was still processing and thinking through my emotions. I gave myself a safe activity. I was out of the way. Like when I wash my dishes, I'm not like, oh, I should go start a new drug habit or, destroy all of my artwork or sabotage my job. Like it was a safe place to sit there and go, okay, yeah, so you've thought certain things for a long time and some of them are real, some of them aren't, some of them still work for you and some of them don't, you know? Um, and I just cleaned up my kitchen. I started with the one dish, the plate that was on the wrong side that made the sink look too full, which was overwhelming me. It was a physical overwhelm for my mental. So I get the dishes done and I tell myself I'm going to wipe down the counter and the stove and then I'll let myself have a cigarette because it's been, a certain amount of time. I think at that point it would have been about 2 hours. So I move all the stuff around on the counter. I scrub it down, scrub down the stove. And I could have stopped there. Instead, I cleaned out the fridge. So now it's 2.5 hours and I have a perfectly clean kitchen. I have sat with my emotions. I have processed them. I have not projected them on anyone. I have not thrown that pain anywhere else other than, hey, like, let's integrate this into ourselves. Let's accept these things. Let's love on ourselves. Can I just tell you that when I walked into my kitchen this morning, I was delighted that I had loved on me and I had done something that made today a little bit easier. Now, they're not always great success stories. Let's be real. Life is hard sometimes. It doesn't have to always be hard, though. We can do little teeny tiny things here and there and improve, you know? That's why I say if you can only do one dish today, do another one tomorrow. Like, the dishes will keep coming. Your the laundry always needs done. Like, these are things that are just, they are what they are, and that we can let overwhelm us by ignoring and letting them pile up, or we can knock out the little bits that we can't. Emotional, spiritual work, all of that is similar in the way that sometimes the dots are there, but there's no line to connect them. So I can know in theory that in order to have a better online social media presence, I need to post every day. But if I don't have the willingness to post every day, or the time, or whatever, to be able to do that, I could let that ruin me, or I could figure out a schedule that I can keep to and post that doesn't overwhelm me, which I'm finding as long as I get one on each of the different social networks, I feel good. And my daily video is keeping me motivated enough to feel like I am actively participating every day. Now, part of that is the prioritizing the community over the other socials. Like, they are all part of the community, but I want to build up this base. And so I need material here where you can access it. And so I rearranged the pressure and the priority, and I still put the energy in where I want to and need to, but I don't let it overwhelm me. Art projects, you know. So I have like my animal sketches that I'm doing on Instagram, and I'm going to be real with you, I haven't done an animal sketch in a month. I've been sorting through old sketches and adding those in, so I'm still getting a post here and there. But I put that project on hold so I could prioritize something else. I didn't unintentionally just let it go. I'm coming back to it. I love it too. Um, and but that's a small, like, I gave up something to have time for something else. I call it a fair trade in my book. Um, some of the things we trade are not fair. Some of them are very unintentional, and some of them push boundaries and, you know, are not healthy things that we're doing for ourselves. You just have to check in with your heart space. Like, you know what you need. And if you can't quiet your head enough to know what you need, then what you need is some peace and some quiet and some downtime with yourself. Point blank, just sit with yourself for a few minutes. And if you do that more and more, the practice makes it easier. Just want to thank you for the time that you give me. You know, you took a couple minutes with me today to hear whatever's rambling through my head. And, you know, I would like these videos to be so fancy and done up, but the point of unedited, crazy outfits, I'm giving you the real me. And I need the real me, even if you don't. The real me is typically positive and says things like, let's go create something beautiful. Did you write today? Are you working on any fun projects? Where are you going, like, outside to enjoy nature? Yes, I'm going to encourage you to do those things, but I'm also going to encourage you to look at the reality of life. Pay attention to how you're feeling and what you need, because if you aren't taking care of you, and I know this sounds crazy, but eventually you're not going to be able to take care of others. You will run yourself down. You will get yourself caught in behaviors that take you away from who you are. And I don't think any of us want that. So today, take a couple minutes to just be the real you. You can be a beautiful dumpster fire, but you're still beautiful and loved, even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it, you are still loved. And I think sometimes we forget that because we're stuck up here and not in here. Okay? So, if my video yesterday did nothing for you, I'm sorry. It was for me. I can be selfish about that one. Um, if it did something for you, great. If none of these are doing something for you, maybe you're just not part of my tribe. Maybe you're just not ready to look at yourself. But if you are and you want to be more creative and inspirational and you are trying to open up, I know a safe space you can join me. And I think that we could have some fun learning to love ourselves and each other. You know, I'm going to stop before I start rambling about other things because I just really enjoy talking to you guys and getting all of this out. Um, but I'm going to let you go enjoy your day. If it's possible, soak in some sunshine. You are a plant, so drink some water, get some sunshine. You'll be good. Or at least a little bit better than you were before. See you guys tomorrow. I can't wait.